Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chandler Gibson here today with David Piersaul on Split Screen Gamers.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Well, we're gonna have a fun day, David. Fun
I don't
day.
know, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited for this episode. I'm eating a banana.
Dude, you're eating a banana?
Yeah, I'm trying to knock down this cramp.
Oh, really?
Then I'm about to go on a run after this, so
Yeah.
trying to make sure I avoid all cramps if all possible.
Hey, man, there's nothing wrong with that, dude. Did I tell you that I pre-ordered Death Stranding?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you did tell me right before this episode, but now it's like my second time hearing it, and we haven't talked about it at all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I pre-ordered it like a few days ago because I wanted to get like a dynamic theme for my PS4 and like some golden items too, because that's a new thing now with like golden items that you can equip with your character and stuff, you know? So
What do you mean?
like you get like golden sunglasses, golden hat, like for your character, for Norman Reedus' character in the game. So I think that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
dope. It's like some. What else is that? So, what else do you like? So you got the theme, right?
Yeah, I got the
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't gotten yet, but like it'll come out when the game comes out, which is like November 8th. But I did get the avatar for it. It's like a little Death Stranding Hideo Kojima Productions little logo thing, but like it's a chibi character. It's pretty dope.
Dope.
You'll see it on my PS4 account and stuff. But yeah.
Yo, so what all comes with like if you pre-order? Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much this. But like, there's the standard one, and then there's like the I guess premium one, which is like $10 more or $20 more, and you get like more avatar icon characters and a few other additional items with it, which is pretty dope. But I wanted to get it like cheaper, so I just got it standard,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, but
Yeah. If I'm being honest, bro, like.
yeah,
I don't much care about like avatars and stuff like that. I've
Really?
never really cared about like, yeah, I care about my avatar. I have a free one, like the free one that is on the PlayStation already, Sly Cooper. But like,
I mean, you haven't.
I don't
changed
care
that
much
in
about like
years. Yeah.
I know I don't care much about like the clothes in the game and stuff too. I know people purchase like in like Fortnite
Yeah.
and like PUBG and stuff. People are like always about like wearing their characters, like making them unique. But
Yeah.
that's never really concerned me that much. I mean,
I
I guess for the price of $5 is like that's all it takes to pre-order, right?
yeah. I mean, the whole reason why I pre-order games is for either A, it has a dynamic theme with it, or B, it has like an avatar character on it. That's the sole reason. I don't really care about the additional items. Like, I pre-order.
What's cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's cool is that you can freaking, cause like if you don't, that $5 also goes towards the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it's not like you're paying $5 additional. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And also, too, like, sometimes, like, they'll come out with, like, exclusive items in the game that you can't get, when it's actually out. So that's pretty dope, but like that's also kind of pissing off like a lot of gamers too, because it's like, why do I have to pre-order this in order to get this certain item,
Yeah, cause like it's I don't know why it pisses off gamers. I'd love to hear that perspective because
Yeah.
a company like that, yeah, all that pre-order does is they get a better estimate of how many sales they're gonna get.
Yeah. Which,
You know what I mean? They're kind of just like getting themselves prepared because like it's off the rip amount. They're making money off the rip immediately.
Yeah.
Even before the game even comes out. Plus they get an idea of how many people are interested
oh,
into
absolutely.
their game. That's what they use for their data analysis and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Which I don't mind, but it's just like, I guess I'm kind of lost with my thoughts right now with that, but it's almost like companies are trying to make the whole idea about pre-ordering games a little bit more exciting, where you can get like additional items and like see early sales, like kind of what you were saying.
Dude, I used to pre-order all the time.
Oh.
Like, when I was in high school,
Yeah.
and like even after like high school, like a few years, I don't pre-order much anymore just because I have a PC and like I'm buying online. But like,
Yeah.
back when I was like in high school and stuff, and like, dude, pre-ordering was the thing. I pre-ordered every game, even to the smallest one. Like,
Oh, that was like me,
I mean,
dude. Yeah.
I got a funny story actually. I freaking So like things like Grand Theft Auto, like all the big releases always had like a pre-order. Like if you pre-order, you can come the day like GameStop would open back up
Yeah.
at like midnight, and you can come scoop it.
Yeah.
Well, I used to love that stuff, and I just assumed that all releases got that.
Really?
For whatever reason, yeah, for whatever reason, it never went through my head that all releases obviously shouldn't get a midnight release, because there's tons of games released. There's a game released every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like, all releases can't get like a midnight release, right? So like, I just assumed that The Last of Us Remastered for PlayStation 4
Yeah.
was going to get a midnight release. Like an idiot.
Yeah.
So what I did was I actually rode my bike.
Yeah.
Because I lived, I was out of high school at the time, and I was like, it was like the year. It's like, when you get out of high school and you have about a summer to figure out what school you're gonna go to and all that stuff. Or you don't have the summer, but
it's like
you have a
figuring
summer
out your
before you
life.
go to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, like before you go to college. Where it was that summer before I was going to college, and I'm like, I'm getting The Last of Us Remastered.
Yeah.
Before I leave, and I'm just gonna have it. I'm gonna get up. That's before I platinumed it and everything, right? So I was like, I'm gonna get this game. So what I did was I pre-ordered it correct. I pre-ordered it and everything, and then straight up rode my bike.
Yeah.
About like, dude, it had to be like close to 6 or 7 miles.
Shit.
Like
you were
there and
swimming
back,
like
and
hell, man.
well, I was like already doing some exercise because I'm a runner, so I was trying to get into biking. So I was like, I might as well bike, but it was like super cold outside. It was nighttime.
Yeah.
And like, so I went out and I did that, and I had brought my Stanley cup, had some chili in it.
Yeah.
And dude, I was hungry too, so I just brought some chili and like was eating chili, and like nobody ever showed up to GameStop.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. I looked it up on my phone, like I don't know why I didn't do this previously, but I looked it up because I thought they all got a release. But I looked it up, and it was like, yeah, they're not getting a midnight release. I'm like, of course. Like, why would they get a midnight release? Not every game gets a midnight release, or GameStop would have to be open 24 hours.
Yeah. And I'm sure some of those employees don't like working those midnight releases either. Like, if they have to do it for every game. Yeah. Because, like, one of my friends from high school, Wesley, he actually was at the midnight release back in 2011, for Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So, and he didn't...
Really? He was hyped about that already?
Yeah. And he didn't come to school the next day because he was so addicted to Skyrim, which, funny enough, he never beat the campaign, and yet the campaign's like one of the easiest things about that game. But we can talk about that game all day, man. But
one of the biggest things about those, and we can move on after this, but
yeah.
One of the biggest things about those midnight, man, like one of the biggest ones I ever been to was the Grand Theft Auto 5 one, because that had so much hype in 2013, dude. I was a junior in high school, and me and my friend, he was my best friend.
Yeah.
We were chilling, dude. Like, we were chilling in the car and like just waiting, dude. And like we were there before anybody, bro. We got there at like 8 o'clock for God knows why we did that. Like, we were there for no reason at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock?
Trying to be the first ones in line.
My God.
Yeah, and we fell asleep in the car, dude. We fell asleep in the car.
How many people came?
Dude, we fell asleep in the car. We woke up and there's a big line.
Oh.
So we got there at 8 o'clock for no reason.
For no reason. Damn, dude.
I know. And this the guy. Oh, we got in line and we got the game. But the guy who it was funny. The guy who got the first game, he came out and he's like he just started yelling.
Really?
Like, so happy that he got the game. Yeah, he got you can tell he got like the extra edition, and like he had all the strategy book and everything, bro. He was hyped.
Okay.
Anyways,
but I gotta tell you my experience with midnight releases though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like because I only did one time and I never did it again because I was like, fuck it, I'll just download the game or wait till tomorrow when it actually like releases and stuff. It was for Final Fantasy 15. And this game had an interesting development cycle, let's say it. But it was pretty much like this game was in development for 10 plus years, and it went through different titles and different names and stuff. And eventually it got a release day, and I've been waiting for this game to come out for like 3 years. So when it finally came out, I went to the game store closest to my house. And I waited out there. I came up like 30 minutes early. And there's only like 5 other people in line for me. Because, like, Final Fantasy isn't really big in this region, whatever. Or in this, like, county. But pretty much, there was only like 2 guys that were working the register that night, and I finally got my game, and it was like, my fear, because the reason why I did that was because I was so excited to finally play this game, but also too, I didn't want it to like sell out or anything, or somebody get my copy by accident. So that's why I did that midnight release. But I was like, you know what? If I was so worried about a game that I pre-ordered like selling out and stuff, because sometimes they'll make that mistake and they'll sell the game to somebody in, by mistake. But
I've noticed that, and they'll be like one game short.
Yeah, one game short. And
I've seen that happen, yeah.
Yeah, it's really annoying. But if I wanted to make sure that this game wasn't going to sell out and stuff, I'll just download it from the store, from the online store, and not have to worry about it. So there's my experience with that. And ever since then, yeah. What's up?
Dude, I know that's it's cool. You know what, man? I'm gonna miss, like, this is kind of, it's not off topic, but it kind of goes in line, man. I'm gonna miss those days, bro. Like,
really?
Those are like the highlights of some of my childhood. Was like, going to GameStop, dude. Like, GameStop's a dying company, bro.
Oh yeah, it is. It's the next Toys R Us, bro.
Yeah, they're trying to revamp and become like a pop culture type spot. You go there.
Yeah.
The more and more every time I go to GameStop now.
Yeah.
It's like freaking pop figures. You got Halo and T-shirts, like all these gaming T-shirts. Sometimes it's like
merchandise.
The Office, like merchandise, and like Nintendo merchandise. Like, that's cool if they want to be like, because like, dude, honestly, think about this. How many like walk-in type of stores can you buy gaming merchandise?
Not a lot, and there's the bigger stores like Walmart and Target and Best Buy.
Yeah, but they don't have like specific. Like, they don't know what the customer wants.
Yeah.
They just have a general idea based off data.
Yeah.
And based off people that they brought into a corporate office to tell them.
Right.
GameStop actually knows what and look, I'll be the first to say I don't really like GameStop as a company. I don't know if you've heard the horror stories about how they treat their employees.
Oh, dude, that should be like probably one of our next topic matters. But I know we have like a bunch of news stories today, which. Finally, we actually got like a flux of like stories coming.
I know, because that last one, bro, we were lacking, but
dude, we were so.
But
lacking.
yeah, man,
it was short too,
but short one, but it's short like that sometimes. But man, it was I'm gonna miss those days. But if they turn into a merchandise store, cool. Like, it'll be like going into
it's like
going into like Hot Topic or something where you like there's like all the types, like all the music and stuff that you want in there.
Yeah, for video game nerds.
I didn't really want to say Spencer's, but Spencer's. But still, like, how those are so like niche. They're niche stores.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. But
and they can still sell games if people are still wanting to buy physical, because physical copies are going away slowly. But I still think we still got like another.
It might
at least another 5 years of physical copies.
It might come back in a way, because you remember when vinyls were a thing, and like now people buy vinyls more than they buy online copies or downloadable copies or CDs now.
Well, because everyone's if you're getting a physical copy these days, you're getting a vinyl.
Yeah.
You're not really getting CDs. Either you're streaming it on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, but like or you're getting a vinyl.
Yeah.
That's true. Like I only ever want vinyls. Like I have a bunch of CDs, but like I never play them anymore because I can just Bluetooth to my car and like play off Spotify.
CDs feel like a cheap commodity. You know what I mean? They sound cheap, and they like when you're touching it and like putting it into a device, they feel like they could easily break. But with a vinyl, it's almost like it's a delicacy, but it's a little bit more stronger. You know what I mean?
They are, and they have and they're bigger.
Yeah.
And then they have it's like almost, it's more like you're saying, it has like a texture. So it's like, if CDs are physical, but like vinyls have that like look, like they have that item like you bought, like it's a collectible.
Yeah. It's collectible.
Even though it's like, even at the time, like vinyls were like, I think based off, and I don't know, I didn't live in a time where vinyls were super popular, but based off what my family members have said and what has been depicted in films, they were even like that when they were out.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to make this the music media podcast. But
nah, dude. Trust me, we're gonna talk off matter. I mean, off subject matters occasionally, bro. With like different
Yeah.
like industries and stuff. But it's just it's fun, and whatever. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, man, I miss the midnight releases, bro. But
yeah.
dude, Death Stranding, unfortunately, like by the way, I forgot to tell you. Guess what I beat?
What?
I beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
There you go. I still haven't beat. I mean, I still haven't played that game yet, but I hear it's incredible. Like,
dude.
Like Sony and their like single player games are like exploding right now with Spider-Man.
And that game is no easy task, bro.
Oh, I
had
bet.
to turn. Look. I'm gonna be saying. I'm not a coward. I'll say it.
What?
I'm the type of guy who I platinumed The Last of Us. I've done a lot of beat Assassin's Creed Odyssey on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
Like I'm the type of guy I like to get my money's worth, so I set it super hard and I just learn the game and get good.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, get good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I understand. I mean that's with.
But I was playing.
Yeah.
Horizon, man, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm playing Horizon and like. The only reason I didn't play it on hard is because I want to get it done before Red Dead and Death Stranding come out next month.
Yeah.
So for Red Dead for PC, let me reaffirm that. I know it came out last year. Red Dead for PC.
Yeah.
But the only reason I wanted to get through it, so I put it on story mode, which is like below easy, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the only way I was because I could fly through the game that way.
Yeah.
But the story of it is spectacular, bro.
I bet,
it is,
bro.
like, it blew me away.
Yeah.
There's only 22 main quests.
Really?
But like,
how long are those quests?
But there's tons. They're not too long, but there's tons of stuff to do. You can put more than like 60 hours into the game. Probably.
You can explore the world and stuff.
Quests. Yeah, there's like a lot of things. There's parts of the game I never even explored. Like I said, I was really trying to experience the game. It's not my type of game, really, for some reason. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. I understand it's masterful. Like, I understand it's a great game.
It's
fantastic, but
I
guess it was the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was the same way with me. It really isn't my type of game. I like super realistic graphics and stuff and like photorealism and whatever, but I don't know, like something about that game like didn't really sell me on it. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind like because isn't it like a post-apocalyptic game where humanity's like back to like the Stone Ages and pretty much robotic animal like hybrid creatures are roaming the planet?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but the story behind like they dwell deep into the story of how the robots are there.
Okay.
And it's actually a pretty cool approach on apocalyptic, like an apocalypse.
Kind of like the Terminator, but like less like grim, I guess.
It's actually, bro, it might be more grim.
Really? Okay.
So I won't spoil it. One thing that I did though throughout the game was like, there's like, you know how you can collect little notes and read them throughout the world?
Yeah.
I like did every single one that I found. I read it deep into it, like the little like notes left by like the previous people and like these bunkers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like audio point, I read them all, and like you can unravel the story and like the lives of the people who were making the robots and stuff.
Oh wow.
One by one, and it's like super crazy what happened.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay.
It's really cool. You should check it out. But anyways, bro, let's move on. What else you got?
I just wanted to say that Ubisoft is in a very dark place right now.
Ubisoft. Speaking of Assassin's Creed,
yeah,
like Ubisoft is in a dark spot.
Oh yeah, I mean they've been kind of in a dark spot, but this is like the breaking point. This is like the trigger.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
What's up?
They had like from what I read, and I didn't look into it too much. I apologize, but
this is their break point. Literally, sorry.
They had like an investors meeting, right? And like the investors were asking questions, bro, and like basically like they just did not have the answers. Like they expected, what is it? The Division 2 and what else? The
Division 2 and literally Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Literally, so this is Ubisoft's breakpoint currently. Which, I mean, granted, like, they didn't sell well at all and stuff.
So, tell me this. Why do you think they didn't sell well? Because I have my reasons, but I want to hear yours.
My reasons, personally, because literally most of their games are copy and paste, but with a different setting and, like, different. Yeah. Are those your reasons, too?
Exactly the same thing.
Okay.
It's that. Remember Ubisoft, bro? I still, even though people don't talk about it as much, I still don't think they bounce back from the downgrading. Remember that viral video?
Yeah, I remember that.
Ubisoft downgrades.
Yeah.
Where they were like realizing that they were like showcasing the games at like super high quality.
Yeah.
Like beta stage.
Yeah.
And then like when the game came out, it was like not that many NPCs, not that many textures, not that many like
and they're glitchy
objects,
as hell
like,
too. Like glitchy.
They're glitchy, bro, and it's like, man, like the Division downgrades, dude. It was actually nuts.
Oh,
you remember that video, dude? Like it went viral, bro. It had so many views.
Dude,
it had like freaking Watch Dogs. Like he walks into that coffee shop.
Yeah.
I think his name's Aiden Wilson. What's his name in that game? The Watch Dogs guy is Aiden, right?
I don't remember, dude. Like I played that game, and I was like, I'm done because like literally.
That's funny because I didn't finish it. I don't like Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I've tried.
There's some people who do though, but it's like with Legion, like
they keep coming out with them.
Yeah, it's their next mainline franchise. It's like Ghost Recon,
I know,
or Tom Clancy stuff, and Assassin's Creed, which I know you love Assassin's Creed, but it is literally copy and paste, different setting, a different scenario, boom. But that's just me.
Well,
man.
so I will say no. I see what you're saying, but I will say this. Okay, so Assassin's Creed, I was getting very fed up to the point at which, so I'll go into this for a second since we're talking about Ubisoft and what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
And why we think they're, and just so you guys know, we're talking about this because they didn't sell, right? And this is the reason we think they didn't sell. They're not selling their games as well as they as they should. And the investors, even one of the investors even said, he asked a question, and this is from the guys at Kind of Funny Games Daily. I heard them say about it on their podcast, but they said that one of the investors got up and was like, "What do you think you're doing?"
Oh my god! And no way! No way!
Yeah, and none of the Ubisoft people had an answer that was valid.
Oh my god!
Bro, that's such a disrespectful question.
Oh yeah, who are their investors? Because they're a European company. I know that for sure. And honestly, dude, I don't really play a lot of Ubisoft games. I have never like sat down. Like I've played, I said this before. I played Watch Dogs, but I gave up on that game because it was just lackluster. But like, there's some other.
Well, hold on. Let me.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let me go back to what I was saying about like Assassin's Creed though, because I have some opinions on that. Right. So
yeah.
Up until Assassin's Creed Syndicate, copy and paste 100%.
Syndicate, I heard was good. What's up?
I liked all the Assassin's Creed games, every single one of them.
All right.
I like every and that's but I do understand. I like them as much as I like as I still watch The Walking Dead.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Even though like I'm
so.
What's up?
Exactly. Like I gave up for a year and then I came back to it and now I'm hooked on it again. Let me explain. By the way, it's coming out for a new episode tonight.
Okay.
But anyways,
just shout out.
So like
The Walking Dead.
But anyways, bro, you know how The Walking Dead was doing some crazy stuff and like,
yeah.
But I'm so dedicated to the series that I just like go back to it.
Yeah.
So that's what Assassin's Creed is for me. I loved it. It's like my childhood and they keep releasing them. So like I'm loving the games and I love like the lore of Assassin's Creed and the fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I keep coming back to them, and I like every single one. There's some I like more than others, obviously, but like,
yeah.
Let me tell you this, bro. When I tell you that I actually have faith in Ubisoft after they made Assassin's Creed Origins.
Really?
Because I was getting fed up with the copy and paste, right? It was
because
the games were getting almost shorter, and they were getting less interesting. They were not listening to the fans. Everyone's been wanting them to go to feudal China or whatever, Japan, for like years, and they don't want to go to Japan. They keep wanting to go to like Greece and like
European countries,
Egypt, and these places are great.
Yeah,
these places are great. So let me tell you. So,
what's up,
dude? They came out and they were like, you know what? We're listening to the fans. We're gonna take a little bit. We're not gonna release Assassin's Creed for a year, and we're gonna come out with a banger. And then they came out with Origins.
Yeah,
Origins changed the game full on. Not full on, but 3/4 of the way, full like straight up RPG, right? And it's amazing.
I've noticed that.
I was emotionally connected to the game. There was a lot of RPG elements. There was freaking choices you can make. There was like all this crazy stuff, right? And then the game was incredible.
Yeah.
But then, I was like, okay, let's see, will they do that again? And I got so upset because I seen the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, it's not even been a year yet.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, they're copying, pasting. They just switched up the game style.
They
And
lied
they just
almost.
copied and pasted it again.
Yeah.
No, they did. But that's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
Then Assassin's Creed Odyssey came out.
And it was amazing.
As they started putting out and it was incredible, bro. They had they had choices you could choose for dialogue.
Yeah.
They had multiple endings. They had deaths you could, like, whole entire quest lines that could be chosen or not chosen to go down. There was, like, people in the game, like, vital care. Like, bro, if Ubisoft can continue the company in developing games like they did with Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
yeah,
they can redeem themselves.
Right.
I
agree.
But here's the thing, man.
What's up?
Whether we can talk about Ubisoft and we can talk about the developers, but it's not the developers' fault, man. It's not freaking the guys in there who are creating the games.
No, it's
they're
the company.
Ones who are passionate.
It's the
They're
company.
passionate about these games.
Yeah.
It's these corporate guys who are looking at their content schedules. They're looking at their fiscal years.
It's money.
They're looking at their profit and loss margin.
Yeah.
They're looking at what can we do to capitalize on what time of the year we should release it. They're looking at all the stuff. It's all money.
Mm-hmm.
And then the developers are there to eat the dust after it's done. They're like, oh, you rushed the game out. Oh, we didn't, man. They rushed it for us.
Yeah.
That's what they're. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, I think if they were to do that, but, like, they're gonna. Honestly, I would still jump in the Watch Dogs today if they could make it as good as they did with Assassin's Creed.
Well, Legion looks promising because I like the idea where you play as multiple characters and you're pretty much on the same, like, organization that you guys are all working for. Like, you can play as, like, an old grandma or
I've seen that.
Like different occupations and stuff. It looks cool, but I don't know. And that goes into another subject matter where, since this, like, whole meeting took place, like, they've been delaying games from left and right. Like, one of the games that I'm most excited for Ubisoft, and this is probably the only game I've ever been excited from Ubisoft. It's called Gods and Monsters. It looks like a platformer. And you know me, I love platformers.
I have seen that game before, but I don't know much about it.
It's if I have to guess, I think it takes place in, like, mythology, fantasy Greece, where there's, like, gods like Zeus and Hades and Poseidon, and then all the creatures from Greek mythology and stuff. It looks promising, and it has, like, a almost cartoony art style to it. But it's been delayed. And a few other games have been delayed too that I can't name off the top of my head, but I know for sure that Watch Dogs Legion's delayed, Gods and Monsters are delayed, and I'm sure the next Assassin's Creed game's delayed too. But
dude, all these games are delayed, man. Like,
yeah.
So, man, that's a bummer, man. Like,
yeah.
So, what do you, bro? Ubisoft is a huge company. What do you think their fate is?
If they want to improve their qualities of games, because I was hoping that Ubisoft would be, like, the secondary, like, Rockstar of European, like, game development. You know what I mean? Because Rockstar is
but they're trying to crank out too
like
much.
A British developer, and like,
but they're trying to crank out too much.
Yeah, they're trying. Yeah,
Rockstar focuses on a game at a time.
Yeah, they focus on a game at a time. Yeah. But, with Ubisoft, like we said, like, they release a game, like, every year from, like, from the same franchise and stuff, and it's just overkill, and just all these other factors where it's just hurting them, and people are taking notice, and people are getting fed up. And now, since the whole break point, no pun intended, came out and stuff, they're just sitting down and they're reflecting on their bad business decisions because they don't want to go under. Obviously, they don't want to declare bankruptcy if anybody or if their games don't sell well, because I guarantee you, like, they spend a whole lot of money on these games and they're not performing as well as they hoped and stuff. Which, like what I was gonna say before is that, there has never been a Ubisoft game that I just thought was an incredible masterpiece. Like, none of their games, like with this Gods and Monsters game,
Assassin's Creed 2
is the like, I'm more anticipated for in my entire life from Ubisoft game. Like, that is the first Ubisoft game that I was like, I'm gonna get that straight up.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there, boss.
What?
Because, like, Look, I'm not a huge. You know, I'm not a Ubisoft fan at all. We just chatted about that, but
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 2 is a masterpiece.
I hear that the first like 3 Assassin's Creed. Well, let me recount that. Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, and then the 2 sequels to Assassin's Creed 2 were really great. And then 3 was
Brotherhood and
yeah.
and Revelations.
Yeah, like those 2 were really good. And then 3
the
was
Ezio
kinda
trilogy is really good.
Wait, what?
The Ezio trilogy. That's the ones I'm talking about. Those 3 games are they're based off one character, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is odd. That's another thing. Is like that's the only time that they ever use a character more than once in an Assassin's Creed game, which is frustrating because he is like they're not building their characters. They're like just doing away with them after a game.
Oh yeah, I remember when
annoying. I want to
go
ahead.
I remember when Black Flags was a big game. Like people who didn't play Assassin's Creed picked up Black Flags. I mean
Black Flag is considered like one of the best.
Yeah,
it's like right below Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah,
for most people.
Yeah,
some people it's their favorite.
Yeah, which the only Assassin's Creed game that I ever played was 3, and that's when people started to take notice with like the game's quality a little bit. Like some people liked it, some people didn't like it. Like you played as a native.
You're talking about
America,
the American Revolution. Yeah. So that's a lot of people thought about. They started to catch on to that copy and paste method.
Yeah, but man, I'll tell you what. Like if Ubisoft like doesn't improve, people are just not gonna buy their games anymore.
Look, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying something like this, but
go ahead.
What if? What's
bro.
the chance? And I know what's the chance, and I don't think this is gonna happen. I'm just out here throwing out theories because that's what I do, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the chance that, bro, a console, Xbox, PlayStation, probably not Nintendo, but Xbox or PlayStation is just like, we're buying out Ubisoft.
But you know what? That would be incredible if that did happen. But Ubisoft actually has like a really good relationship with Nintendo. But I doubt that Nintendo would ever buy out Ubisoft because...
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they would. But Xbox might.
Yeah, Xbox might. Or Sony might. Or PlayStation.
Well, yeah, they might, but think about it, bro. Who needs exclusives? Who's gonna offer a deal to a team who sells consistent numbers?
Yeah, and
I mean, I guess not consistent now, but like they can produce games in a massive amount.
Yeah,
they have a fan base.
Yeah,
bro. What's the one console that needs exclusives?
Xbox. Which I agree.
Exactly.
And they've been buying out companies from left and right, like Toonfin Productions that we talked about. And
imagine if Xbox approached the guys over at Xbox, the guys and girls over at Xbox approached Ubisoft and like, hey, we know you're going through some financial struggles right now.
Yeah,
we'll buy you out.
Yeah,
but you got to produce.
All we're asking is
for two really good games.
Yeah, really good games. We can
quit the whole mass production that you guys are doing and stuff like that. We can quit the mass production of games and let's just focus on some good. Let's focus on 2 good games, right? Let's get our Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's get our Last of Us in there.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like I believe that if Ubisoft did that, and I don't think this would happen. I think we're shooting a long shot, bro, because Ubisoft is so big.
Yeah.
But I think that if they did that, like Ubisoft could crank out some bangers.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, history has shown that if a company takes their time on a product, then that product would actually like perform really well. Like that's actually a true statement. But if they ever do get bought out by like Xbox or Sony, which like we were saying prior to Xbox, I feel like they would have to lay off so many employees because they also have like different like
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They're too big.
Yeah, they're too big. And not to like rant, but like which we do have a segment on ranting about certain companies in the future, but or certain things that we don't like. But I feel like Ubisoft's E3 are terrible. Like they're god awful. Like I've never enjoyed watching Ubisoft's E3 press conference in my entire life. Nor EA. EA doesn't give a damn. So just a little.
Yeah, like EA is like, we're gonna sell games regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna sell games regardless.
Ubisoft too.
Wait, yes, Ubisoft too, and they try a little bit. Like they'll do creative stuff like Just Dance. That's another series that they make, Just Dance, which I know nobody that buys that game. Nobody, of course.
There's a small portion somewhere because they keep making it, but like,
oh yeah,
bro, Just Dance, like that's like straight up 2006.
Yeah, that's straight up DDR, like straight up. Remember that?
Bro, like I forgot about that.
Yeah,
DDR,
dude.
What's that?
Oh, I was just saying DDR. But like me and my brother, we used to have it for the Xbox, and we played that game and the Xbox 360. We played those games nonstop. We thought it was fun, like straight
yeah.
up.
But like, who's buying? I guess somebody's buying it, bro. They have to. If they keep making it, somebody's buying it.
Oh, I'm sure. But unlike Ubisoft, have you heard of Bethesda recently with Fallout 76?
Man, yes, about the subscription.
They are messing up right now. I'm sorry. I love Bethesda, but my God. Like, I mean,
they tried it. They tried.
They tried.
Dude, here's the thing. Yeah, bro, here's the thing. It's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but did they not straight up like they already didn't get as many people interested in Fallout 76 as is?
Well, there was nothing in the game that was interesting. They had no NPCs when it first launched. They had no story. There was nothing about that game that people wanted to play for it, and the online was crappy. It was glitchy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Not that many people even liked it that much.
Yeah.
So like, why are they like rolling out a subscription service like they got a huge fan base? Like they're not a GTA 5 online.
I have no idea, dude.
Dude, imagine. So take it into this perspective, right?
Yeah.
Say Rockstar or Take-Two, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Say they go, okay, it's $60 a year to play GTA Online.
Yeah.
Okay, and then take Fallout 76 and say they say it's $100 a year to play GTA Online. Okay, let's say they both charged $100 a year to play online. Who do you think has more value?
GTA 5, hands down.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because they have a legit, insane online community.
No.
And nuts. It's nuts, actually. It's actually spectacular how popular it is.
Yeah.
But like.
Yeah.
But like Fallout 76 doesn't have that, and why do they think people are gonna pay $100? Like some people must have because there's already people coming out giving reviews of it.
Well,
but like
I think it's because.
But like still.
Sorry. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think it's because like Bethesda, like they know that their games have sold incredibly well and people high praise them, and that's the same reason why they released 76 in the first place, because it wasn't a finished game, which it should have been. But when you see the turnaround on that game, there was only like a 2-year gap between Fallout 4 and 76. Like it was not a big gap, and you see Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, and with the Elder Scrolls games, like there's a huge gap in between those games and stuff, or each installment. Like there's at least like almost a 7-year gap or a 5-year gap in most cases with those games, and it's just they're not like they didn't take their time with 76 at all, which is apparent. And then they heard about like all the negative reactions and reviews and stuff, and they were like, okay, we'll listen to the fans, and so they released story NPCs and all this other junk. And then now like they've made the game a little bit more better. They think like since they had a poor launch and people are actually starting to play the game more because people are buying the game and whatever and like enjoying it, that now it's a good time to have a subscription. But it's like, to me, that's like a low blow. That's like, first you rebuilt the bridge that you burned, and then you went back and you burned it again. It's kind of like that. Like it's almost like, now we did this nice thing to you guys, we can do this other thing and see if you guys like it or not. And obviously nobody likes it. I mean, my God. But
it's crazy, man. I don't think that's going to be successful at all.
No. And the only thing, because I played the Elder Scrolls Online, and I enjoyed the heck out of that game because when it first launched, it was not that good, but it wasn't like to the
Talking about
same.
Tamriel Unlimited.
Yeah, but it wasn't to the.
I actually like that.
Yeah, it's really fun. Like, it's probably like my third favorite MMO game of all time, behind Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn and World of Warcraft. Like, I think it's really.
I enjoyed Tamriel Unlimited. I played it only for a little bit, but
Yeah.
I remember teaming up with the people and just like random people and just fighting like giant spiders and stuff.
Yeah. And that's the thing about MMOs, is that you can do that. And that's why it's fun and stuff, and you can go on these quests with people. But what was I gonna say? But it also had like a poor launch, but it gradually got better with these expansions and stuff, and it didn't charge like a subscription. Like, your PS Plus was your subscription to that. So I mean, like, they should really be like learning from Elder Scrolls Tamriel Online instead of trying something new that's obviously pissing people off. So,
well, it's also like, but you don't have a value. You're not offering the players value.
No,
that's the thing. Is like, that's my whole argument. Is like, if you're not offering value, you can't charge that money. So
yeah,
everyone wants to get their subscription, right? Like, I subscribe to Netflix because they provide entertainment, right? A lot of good entertainment that I sometimes feel like I can't go without watching, right?
Yeah.
Same reason I subscribe to a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for my editors and stuff, like, I have to have my editors. They provide a service that I need.
Yeah.
Right?
I subscribe to like motion graphics websites and music websites for production reasons. Yeah.
Spotify, like even like Spotify, like I subscribe because I listen to music all the time. Yeah. But like that's because they have value. Like, everyone wants to get their subscription service like on top, but it's like, bro, like, you have to offer value. Like, no one, like, you got to realize, in the world where everyone's paying subscriptions back to back on different companies.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to have something, you have to come out of the gate strong with a lot of value before I invest another yearly cost onto my already yearly cost.
Yeah, I agree. I'm reading a Bethesda rep right now from Polygon. And he said, "We understand this is not what players expected for their private worlds." Adding, "We are looking to provide an option in an upcoming patch that will allow Fallout first members to restrict access to their servers more completely." Which, okay, so they're like, it's like a private world where other people can't get on. I'm confused. That's weird.
It sounds like just like a private server.
Yeah, it seems like a private server. But like,
yeah, they're offering more security. What?
I guess so. I don't really understand why.
But, okay, tell me this. So, was Fallout 76? How much did it cost originally?
It was a $65 game. It was
okay. So what's the $100 get you?
I guess it's because like online playability, like other options, just to play online. That's what it is.
Can you not play online after you bought the game?
Yeah, you can still play online when you bought the game.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, so you bought the game for $65, and then you pay $100 yearly still to play the game, or is that just an option?
It's hang on, let me read the article again. Part of Fallout 76's controversial new paid subscription service, Fallout First, is the addition of an unlimited scrap box, which is somewhere players can store all of their junk. Problem being that some players are finding that the scrap box is bugged in the worst way possible. They're losing everything they put into it. So literally, they're trying to save stuff into a scrap box, and they're losing their shit.
Dude, that is nuts.
That's terrible. That's irony.
Dude, that is like, so that's the worst bug that could happen.
Yeah, and that game has so many bugs that people have categorized all the bugs it has. Straight up.
Bro, that's embarrassing.
It is. It is indeed.
For Bethesda.
Yeah. It's terrible, dude.
Oh man, did Bethesda make Outer Worlds?
No, that's Obsidian, and believe it or not, that game is actually better than a bunch of like Bethesda's games right now. Really and truly.
I keep hearing all about Outer Worlds, so I think I need to pick it up.
I want to pick up a 2, but probably not right now since I've been and this is another topic matter in this episode, but
Well, you also just pre-ordered Death Stranding.
yeah. But I also pre-ordered Medieval, and it came out this past Friday, and I've been playing it.
Oh yeah.
So this,
How you liking it?
oh dude, this is I loved it. I mean, I haven't played a platformer in a while, and you know me, I like platformers. But this is our next segment of the show. It's called Game Reviews. And in this segment of the show, it's whenever like we played a game or like some
more
device.
like
Sorry, bro.
is it more like initial impressions?
Yeah, it's initial impressions. And
Instead of a full-fledged review, it's like initial impressions, right? Like your first.
Yeah.
Because I think we can give more in-depth reviews later.
Oh yeah.
After we beat the game and played it in depthly, but like
Yeah.
initial impressions, I think that's a pretty
Yeah.
good way of describing it.
Yeah. But I forgot my thoughts, bro. But Pret Mod.
What'd you think about the game?
I liked it a lot. I really enjoy it. There's an occasion. It had that platformy like barriers and stuff. Like, you know, it's not like an open world or anything, but like in the main game, there's like a map. But like the map is like you go to different locations and you play in those levels and stuff. And the game actually like encourages you to replay certain levels to get like these gauntlets, which in terms gets you a better weapon or like additional power-ups and stuff, which I think is cool. You play.
That's cool. Did they add anything new to the game, or is it just like a remastered version?
It's just a remastered version. I think they've added like additional cutscenes. See, I've never played the original PS1 classic, so I don't really know all the details. I have to look at or watch a YouTube
Gotcha.
video in order to tell you the
Gotcha.
truth. But they added like, you know, I guess new voice actors. And you play this guy named Sir Dan, and
Yeah,
he died.
I know that much.
Yeah, he died like 100 years ago by the same dude that you're trying to like defeat now in the game, but you're like a skeleton with one eyeball. So you're going around, which I pre-ordered that game, and it came with a golden armor set. So I'm wearing a golden armor set in the game right now. But
That's kind of dope.
yeah, but it looks beautiful, and I like how you can buy because like with arrows and like throwing daggers, you have to buy them. Like you have to buy like in case you run out of them, and to like refuel your stock and stuff. So you have to do that, and you also have to what else? So for like certain power-ups, you have to like kill like a certain amount of number of enemies to reach 100, and then you have to find the gauntlet, and then after you've beaten that level, you go to this place called the Hall of Heroes, and each hero has a statue, and you pretty much go up to the statue and request like, or you have a conversation with them, of course, but like you request like a certain like power-up or a new weapon, which right now I got the bow and arrow and a power hammer, which I think it's cool. I only beaten the first 2 bosses of the game so far, and they're a little bit challenging. I'm not gonna lie. Like certain weapons.
Is it spooky at all?
Spooky? Yeah, it's a little spooky. It's not like terrifying. It's not scary. It's very much like
Right.
a Halloween themed game. I'll give it that.
It seems like it seems like it is. Would you say it's about as spooky as Luigi's Mansion?
Yeah, it's about as spooky as Luigi's Mansion, which
Gotcha.
I watched.
So cartoonish spooky.
Yeah, and like cartoonish mischief too. So, which I actually watched the first 18 minutes of Luigi's Mansion 3. It looks pretty good. I only played the first one when it came out, and that's about it. But yeah, I would pick it up, dude. I would straight up pick it up. I think it's a fun game.
How much are they selling it for?
They're okay. I got it for. There's 2 different ones. There's the $39 one, and then there's like a $29 one. I think I picked it up for the $39 one, and it's like a complete remaster remake. And you're getting like more polished, more cleaner, modern graphics, platforming gaming style. It feels very arcade like. I will give it that.
Gotcha.
So I would highly pick it up. So
Dude, I might have to scoop it, bro. I got so many games I need to scoop.
Yeah. Like what?
Freaking like. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was a sneeze.
We need a sneezing segment, bro.
But I know, right?
Yeah.
But I just got tons of games I need to pick up the Outer Worlds. I want to pick up like Super Mario Maker and stuff like that. But
yeah, dude.
Bro, we forgot to talk about one thing before we move on. We forgot to talk about
Last of Us Part 2.
Some pretty big news. Yeah, The Last of Us 2 getting delayed, man. I got an article right here.
Dude, from spring of 2020 instead of February.
I know, dude. Freaking here's from Neil Druckmann himself.
Yeah.
Who if you don't know, audience, it's the director of the game.
Yeah.
So, however, it was during the last few weeks, as we were closing out sections of the game, that we realized we simply didn't have enough time to bring the entire game up to a level of polish we would call Naughty Dog quality.
Okay.
At this point, we were faced with two options: compromise parts of the game or get more time. We went with the latter, and this new release date allows us to finish everything to our level of satisfaction while also reducing stress on the team. While we're relieved that we won't have to compromise our vision, we're disappointed that we aren't able to avoid this exact situation. We wish we could have foreseen the amount of polish we needed, but the size and the scope of this game got the better of us. We hate disappointing our fans, and for that we are sorry. We hope you understand that this additional time ensures that The Last of Us Part 2 lives up to our collective ambition, as well as our commitment to the highest level of quality. We know that the extra few months will add to what may already be an excruciating wait for all of us. We are grateful for your patience and continued support. Come next May, you will finally rejoin Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2.
I give them props for that. I give them props for that because...
Dude, Naughty Dog, man, they're one of the few companies when they do that. Like, I was reading through Twitter and, like, after they tweeted out the announcement...
Yeah.
Like, all the comments were going... Like, people were just saying, take your time.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be great.
Yeah.
One of the comments was like, I guess I got to prolong my life a few more months.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, man, people love that company and they respect them for doing that. Like, they don't push it out like that.
No. They take their time like they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And Cyberpunk, I'm surprised Cyberpunk is hitting its release date. I mean, we don't know yet, but
yeah.
Freaking think about it. The Last of Us came out in 2013.
Yeah.
And
they've been working on this game since its release.
The Witcher.
Yeah, what's up?
When The Witcher came out in 2013.
Yeah.
So they've had about the same amount of time to make it, but Cyberpunks have an earlier release date.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I wonder like, and Cyberpunk's definitely a bigger game than The Last of Us. I'm just assuming.
Oh yeah.
But like
it is.
They're open world. It's gonna take a lot more. But
yeah.
You know, I wonder. Cyberpunk said they're not pushing back, bro.
Nah, so they're going full head. Yeah, they're going full head with that game, dude.
What do you think though? What do you think about that, dude? I mean, I respect them for that too. But like, sucks we have to wait. But you know,
I mean,
I'll wait.
In an earlier topic matter, how we were talking about how Ubisoft's just pretty much pushes out a game every year. I give Naughty Dog like more respect for taking their time, and their last game was The Last of Us Part 1. So, and that was like almost 7 years ago.
No, it was Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Not the last one wasn't The Last of Us, was it?
Yeah, it was The Last of Us.
No, Uncharted 4.
No,
Uncharted 4
it was Uncharted 4. Yeah, you're right. It was Uncharted 4. My bad. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm tripping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wrong too because I said that, you know, they came out with Last of Us Part 2 in 2013.
Yeah.
They've been working on other games, so they haven't had the same amount of time as Cyberpunk.
And they're not a big
That makes okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I give them more respect for doing that. And, you know, few companies would ever take the time to polish a game, and they went with the latter on that choice. So, yeah.
Yeah, he literally said, as we were closing out the sections of the game, we realized we simply didn't have enough time to bring the entire game up to the level of polish that we would call Naughty Dog quality.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot, bro, for their company. People understand the Naughty Dog quality, bro. It's just always flawless. Yeah. How many glitches have you seen in a daggum Naughty Dog game?
Hardly none. Like, even when they were controlled by the original founders of Naughty Dog, like two guys from Universal's own video game division, because they split off from that. But they made the Crash Bandicoot games, and they made not Ratchet & Clank. I'm thinking about Insomnia. Jak and Dexter. There was barely any glitches in those games. hardly any.
Yeah, like they're freaking beast. They're one of the best developers ever, and the fact that they're making this game huge, like they keep talking about, it's massive.
Yeah.
Like like 3 times the size of The Last of Us Part 2, if not bigger.
Yeah.
Meaning that like they're understanding, like, being a story game, you have to make a massive game.
Yeah.
That's kind of my thing with like story games. It's like, can you compare story games like Uncharted or The Last of Us to like Cyberpunk or Witcher?
No.
Because like The Witcher is huge.
Oh yeah.
Like it's gonna be you know what I mean? Like,
and Cyberpunk's
so, like,
gonna be that too. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, like, if you're gonna make a story game, man, you got to make it like either a super intelligent, like that's like, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about when I say like, so like the reason I started to kind of get tired of Telltale, was because they were taking forever and like releasing it in episodes.
Yeah.
And like the game is literally just like point and click.
Yeah, and it's the same formula too. And it's copy
same formula,
and paste.
And the story wasn't like spectacular. Like the first Walking Dead was spectacular. The Wolf Among Us, spectacular.
Yeah.
But like freaking, that was what was selling for them. So when the story started to become less interesting, what else did they have? What and going back to value, what more value did they have to make me spend
hardly none
the money to buy the game?
And they went
That's what
out.
I'm saying. Like exactly. In The Last of Us, like, that's what I'm saying. They went out, bro.
Yeah.
So like that's proof. Like, you have to consistently add value, and it's proof in the pudding. That like people still keep buying Naughty Dog games because, here's the thing, they might not be a Witcher 3 size game, right?
Yeah.
But their stories are always just nuts.
Yeah.
And their NPCs are always super smart.
Yeah.
And their freaking game design.
Yeah.
And their freaking like the way they like design the way the character moves is always new and innovative. It's masterful.
It's art. That's what it is.
It's art, bro.
Yeah.
And like, there's a difference between like Cyberpunk. You might not get fluid. You might not get the same type of realistic movement that Ellie's gonna be.
Yeah.
With V in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get like an super expansive world.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's two different genres. It's pretty much two different styles of game development.
Yeah. I get you, brother. Well, I think this episode's coming to a close, dude.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
It's coming to a close already, bro. I can't stop yawning for some reason.
Dude.
It's because it's raining outside.
Dude,
Is it raining where you're at?
Yeah, dude. This rain is like killing us right now because we were supposed to record this episode yesterday and I overslept because I thought it was still early in the morning. Well, I turned around and it was like 12 something. I was like, damn. And I saw your
That's
text.
what I'm saying, man. It's just...
Yeah. I saw your text message.
Yeah, I shot you a text.
Yeah. And it was like, oh man, it affected you too. I was like, man, we got screwed.
I texted Chandler. I'm like, bro, I straight up forgot about recording the Yo, we really like doing the podcast, though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I have a lot of fun doing it. Me and Chandler, little history, me and Chandler went to, like, we didn't actually know each other that much in college.
Nah. But
it was just because we were in the same program, but, like, we knew of each other, and then we just connected. I can't remember the first time we connected.
We connected through 5th of July. Remember when I wrote that script?
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, he wrote a script,
and I had to cancel it due to reasons because of fireworks, and I didn't feel like I was like ready, or my parents convinced me not to do it because like I never really directed a film before, and I was having to deal with kids and stuff. So I mean, kids are a little hard.
Yeah, well. Yeah, it's like we met, man, and then we talk about games all the time. So we just wanted to like, long story short, we really enjoy doing the podcast, and to kind of close this out, guys, you can email us anytime you want, ask us any questions, give us some feedback, send us whatever you want, just talk to us, man. You can email us at splitscreengaming@gmail.com. That's splitscreengaming@gmail.com. Just shoot us a question. We'll feature it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, we're looking to bring some people on the podcast. We think we got some cool plans figured out that me and Chandler want to do with the podcast and stuff like that. So
some YouTubers.
Thank you guys. Yeah, some YouTubers, some other cool stuff. But thank you guys for tuning in, and always listening to us act like idiots.
Yeah, complete dumbasses.
We think.
Sorry, dude.
we think we know what we're talking about, but
yeah,
that'll be a no.
Yeah, But let us know what you guys think out there, and we'll talk about it and improve on it. All right. Well, see ya. Peace.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in and listening to this episode of Split Screen Gamers. We're trying to expand the podcast. There's a lot of things we want to do. We have ideas. We want to go to cons. We want to play games and give you guys reviews. The thing is, if you want to support the podcast, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/splitscreengamers. Everything is welcome, but if you don't have it, just tuning in is just enough for us. We love to have you guys listening in, and we hope you enjoy the podcast. Also, if you'd like to ask us a question, feel free to email us at splitscreengamingworld@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys and hear your thoughts, or if you'd like to do some Q&A stuff, we'll feature it on the show. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of Split Screen Gamers.